Hello all, welcome back to our YouTube channel German Talks. So today we are going to do the chapter 9 Netzwerk A1 and the grammar topic. Now the name of the grammar topic is Perfekt und Partizip zwei. Okay. Now this topic is very important for your exam point of view for Goethe A1 and that too only in Schreiben. Okay, very important for Schreiben but also important for your lesson, because if you know this structure, how this structure is been made the sentence, then it is very you can easily understand the sentence. Okay, and for Schreiben you need to use this structure. Now there are some rules in this topic. For example, already you know that German has two helping verbs, haben and sein. Okay, this we already did in a verbs grammar topic, and in every chapter I already told you about this haben and sein. So in German language we have two helping verbs, haben and sein. Now a verb has only one perfect form and comes at the end of the sentence. This is the first point. A verb has only one perfect form and comes at the end of the sentence. What does this perfect means? One perfect form. This thing. What they are trying to say here is one perfect form means this one. This is perfect. Okay. Now here it is in perfect form and it will come at the end of the sentence. Now why they wrote here only one perfect form? Because for example here is er, he. It should be here he, she, it, we, whatever. But at the end of the sentence this perfect form will going to remain the same. It will not going to change. This point number 1 wants to tell this, that a verb has only one perfect form and comes at the end of the sentence. So is nach Berlin gefahren. Okay, right now you need to see what this the point number 1 trying to say. A verb has only one perfect form and comes at the end of the sentence. That means that we just need to remember the perfect form. For example, this thing, this is made from fahren. Okay, fahren means to go, to drive. Okay, now this is in this is simple verb. Okay, if I want to write in the perfect form, then I will write like this: gefahren. Yes, but this thing we always conjugate according to the subjects: ich, fahre, and so on. Yes, ich, du, er, es, sie. We change on second position this, but now we are doing perfect. So in perfect form this will going to remain change at the end of the sentence. Yes, and that's what they are trying to say here. A verb has only one perfect form and comes at the end of the sentence. How this perfect we make, this I am going to tell you. Right now I am just explaining the meaning of this point number 1. Okay, so here this one is in perfect form. Yes, here is a subject and this is our helping verb made from sein. Yes, that's why they wrote here. German has two helping verbs, haben and sein. So here haben and sein and perfect we put. Second point. The helping verbs comes at the second place and conjugated according to the subject. That's what I told here. Helping verb. This is helping verb. This one comes at the second place and conjugated. We conjugated this sein with respect to he, er. Yes, and conjugated according to the subject. Okay, in this example also, second place, Patrick ist zur Uni gefahren. Second place are sein, helping verb, and at the end perfect. This is the structure. Right now I'm just explaining the structure. So structure, you need to first remember that on second place Harbin. Okay, for example here we can say first, then second, and at the end. So first position we can say subject, second position Haben or sein, and at the end are perfect. Okay, like this you can make note. Okay, and that's what here it is. Subject on second place Haben and sein, and the end perfect. Okay. Now there are these some examples of perfect verbs which are in perfect form, and I would recommend you that for your A1 you need to only remember this. If you know this verbs perfect form of this, then for your Schreiben it is good, very good. Okay, now for example spielen means to play. So how we can make ge in the front. Okay, then root spiel, this one spiel, then we will remove en and just so gespielt. I'm just telling you like a hint how you can make in perfect form. This part I'm explaining right now, this part. Okay, for example kaufen. Okay, so what's the root for kaufen? Kauf, here is kauf and ge and at the end t, so gekauft. Here arbeiten, so at front ge and root arbeit. Now here they put e and t, not t, e also and t, so gearbeitet. If you will ask here why here it is e, okay, so those who already know the answer, please let me know in the comment. Those who don't know this, you need to see my verb topic. In this there is this, I already explained you there, arbeiten, the conjugation of arbeiten there. Okay, so there you will can easily understand why here it is e. Same way like this you can make. Okay, in some cases this root also change. For example here gehen, we put g, but with this gehen the root it's going to be gang, and here it is en, so gegangen. And this type of this see gehen is very important verb to go, and this will also can come in your lesson part in your exam. So you will think what is this gegangen, okay, what is this gefahren, what is this gefunden. That's why I'm telling you these are important verbs which you need to remember for your exam point of view. And if you want to if you're learning German, then you need to remember each and every verbs, but that we can only do by a practice A1 A2 B1 B2 and so on. Okay, so this type of verbs you need to remember, like gehen, then the root will going to change from gang, so gingangen. Okay, for example here finden, ge, then the root will change to fund and en, so gefunden. Okay, like this. So these are the perfect structure, this, and these all will going to come at the end of the sentence like this. Okay, what previously we are doing, we are not putting any verbs at the end, but now this is very important topic, and the perfect form will come at the end of the sentence, and you need to know this. Now for in your Goethe exam you will just need to write this in your Schreiben part only, and that to 3 to 4 lines. Okay, 3 to 4 lines you need to write, and for that these some important verbs are very important. And also I'm going to tell you in the Profungs training books, when we are going to do the exam prep book, In that there are some questions about email and all, so I'm going to explain there also that which are the perfect verbs we can use there. Okay, so we will see some more example here. I did the homework. Ich habe die Hausaufgabe gemacht. Again, what our rule says: subject on first position, haben, sein on second position, and at the end perfect form. Yes, so here first position, second position, and end. Yes, first position subject, second position haben or sein, and at the end perfect. Gemacht, made from machen. Wir haben das Buch gelesen. Again, this is made from machen. Yes, again, if I want to make the perfect form, so for what I will do, ge, then root mark and t, gemacht. Here gelesen, like this you can make for this also, gelesen, made from lesen. Gekommen, made from common, again gekommen. Okay, so this is the perfect form. Now one question will come definitely in your mind by looking at this structure, or I can say by looking at this and this sentence, third and fourth. Is there any doubt coming in your mind? Then we will see if so. When to use Harbin enzyme? I told you here that here the helping verbs comes at the end of the sentence. The helping verbs comes at the second place and conjugated according to the subject. Now the helping verbs comes at second position. Okay, this is very clear that okay, helping verb comes at second position, but there are two helping verbs, not one. One is haben first and second is sein. So question comes here that what I'm going to put here. I'm going to put here haben or I'm going to put here sein. Important question here. For example, here sein ist and sind. Yes, and here haben, here habe. So when I'm going to use sein or when I'm going to use haben, yeah, because this understood. Okay, we need to take root, we need to put ge, we need to take the root t or en, we need to put this. While practicing in the book we can do it, but what about this haben and sein? Now we are going to see this thing. Okay, about second position. Now see, this picture is from your book only, Netzwerk. So when to use haben and sein? Very simple. About sein, okay, whenever there is a movement, okay, this Bewegung means movement. Okay, whenever there is a movement from one place to another, from A to B, when there is a movement, okay, in the verb which we are going to use, this verbs, whenever there is a movement in this verb we are going to use sein. Only this thing you need to remember, and in the rest case we are going to use haben. Okay, in the verb, movement in the verb. Let's see the example. Fahren. I want to use this fahren in my sentence. For example, here I used here. I used here fahren as a verb in a perfect form. Okay. Now what is this fahren? Fahren means to go or to drive, means there is a movement in my verb, means one place to another. So whenever I'm going to use this type of verbs which have movement, we are going to use sein. That's why here I haven't used haben, only sein form I use. I haven't used this haben, I use sein only because of this bewegung, movement. Okay. Now, for example, here what I used, common. Here again common. Okay, common, it's a perfect form, but the original form is common. Common means again to go, means movement. That's why I used here sein. And here lesen. Lesen is not a movement. Makhan is not a movement. That's why I used here haben. Now can you differentiate this part and this part? Okay, and if you are making the note, you can write here that here we used in the main verb movement. Okay, here common. That's why sein, second place. And here, and in the rest sentence, if there is no movement, then other any verb you are going to use in the perfect form, you are just going to use haben. Okay, just for movement we are going to use sein, and that's what they are telling here. For example, fahren, I already explained you, gehen, to go, common. Okay, so these all we going to take sein form. Okay, now one thing you need to again make a note here, there is one exception, bleiben. Bleiben means to remain or to stay. Yes, but this is not a movement. Not bleiben means to remain or to stay. There is not a movement in this verb, but this is an exception. You can see here. So which takes ist. Ist bleiben. Okay, so whenever there is bleiben, you are going to use sein form, not haben. Exception. I hope till here it is clear to you, all your doubts here. Okay, here I have used lernen, no movement, that's why haben. Here fahren, to go, to drive, that's why sein. Okay, now one question, one doubt if you had come here, I explained you this, I cleared your doubt this about haben and sein. Now if you will think more, there will one more doubt can come in your mind. What's that? About modal verbs. What about modal verbs now? Maybe I want to use modal verb in a sentence, then what I'm going to use with my main verbs there. Yes, it's not the every time case that I'm going to use haben, sein, and at the end perfect form. Some of the sentence structure also needs modal verbs. Then what about modal verbs? Yes, so we are going to see this. Modal verbs. What will going to happen to this perfect when we are going to use modal verb in a sentence? For example, here I want to use my modal verb. Okay, I want to use on my second place modal verb. Then what will going to happen here with this verb? Okay, that is also an important question. So we will see that. Now these are modal verbs. Okay, for example, dürfen. So if I want to write like this, we are not allowed to go to the cinema today. Wir dürfen heute nicht ins Kino gehen. We don't need to do anything, we just need to conjugate this part, a modal verb according to a subject, and a main verb will remain as it is in a original form. Because I already told you in the perfect, whenever this perfect will come, this second place we are going to use Harbin, Enzyme, and at the end a perfect form of main verb. Yes, this is the rule of perfect. Now, if there is no second in the second place Harbin, Enzyme, so there will be no this perfect thing. Okay, so we can say this perfect sentence will not going to come in with modal verb. Whenever you are going to use modal verb, simply main verb will going to come at the end of the sentence in the original form. Okay, for example, Kyonan, I want to like this, they can sing very loudly, so sie können sehr laut singen. Again, conjugated according to the subject and original verb as it is. Okay, same like this, all has been conjugated according to the subject modal verbs, and my main verb is in original form. Okay, so it is very important for you to make notes both like this, one for perfect and one for modal verb. Okay, and then you can write here whatever I explained you this thing. You can take one example of this and just write that on second place modal verb in conjugated form and the end are original form, and this perfect and second place haben and sein, and at the end the perfect form will come at the end of the sentence. Okay, so this was the overview of the perfect form, and I'm telling you it is very important for your Schreiben and for your lesson. Okay, because many times what you do, like right now you are in A1 level, so when read you read like this. Okay, now then you will see for subject, for your verb. Okay, then you will see haben at the end. For example, here it is your perfect form, then you will get confused that why here it is a what, like what's they wrote here. For example, here you will see gefunden or gegangen, then you will not able to understand what they are trying to say. Okay, and also for exam point of view, or as an examiner, they want you to write this structure in your Schreiben. They expect you, if you want to get good marks, they want you to write this structure in perfect form, so that they will also get to know, okay, you know at least this structure. But I'm not telling you all these things in detail, because I will going to cover that in a exam prep book. Okay, and also in this chapter, when we are going to start with a course book and Arbeit's book, I'm going to explain there also. There are some things which you need to tell there. Okay, now one more thing here you need to understand this part. Verben auf IEREN. Okay, this is a very small thing. Some verbs which take the ending IEREN. For example, trainieren. Trainieren. So this is also a perfect form. Okay, so what they're trying to say here, whenever the any verb which has ending I, for example, common has no ending like this IEREN, it's just EN, but here in trainieren IEREN is there. Okay, so they are trying to tell here that if trainieren is come and you want to make it in a perfect form, so simply from here remove en and put t, so trainiert, hard trainiert. And why here it is not sein, because there is no movement, just trainiert. Okay, to train. So like this, there are not more verbs in German language which takes IEREN. Okay, and also this thing you don't need require for your exam point of view, but you should able to know, because for example in exam, if this comes at the end of the sentence, then you will also think that why here it is not GE or why here it is not TEN while looking at this 20th. Okay, so you should know that okay, it takes IEREN ending, that's why we removed EN and we put T. Okay, so very important topic, perfect. As we are going to see many examples of lesen, hören, and schreiben in the Netzwerk book, this topic will you will get no doubts in this topic. Okay, so if you are new here on my YouTube channel, please do like and subscribe, and also please let me know if you have any doubt or if you like this lecture. Please let me know in the comments. So thank you. Danke schön. Auf Wiedersehen.